Welcome to this Fixit channel, and this is a back to basics video. We're going to take a look at what is a search engine. A lot of people use Google, use maybe other types of search engines without really knowing what it are. So what's a search engine? Technically, it's a website. It could be a program in some cases, and you'll know why a little later when I talk about it. But for most people, it's a website that you go to that searches for and identifies items that is stored in a database and that corresponds to the keywords or the characters specified by the user. So if you are searching for something, all the words that you're writing in that search engine, well, it's searching the database and brings you to websites and to places with that. Now, the results are dependent on how you search, and there will be a second video where I'm going to show you how to basically search correctly. Now, here are a few examples of search engines. Google, the most popular of all, and one of the reasons it is because it's extremely good at not only giving you results that are good for what you do, but it's extremely good at giving you also results depending on your location, and you'll see a little later in my example. So Google is one. It's a very popular one. The other one that I'm going to talk about here is Yahoo. Yahoo is another one. So yes, there are more than one search engines. Google is not alone. Yahoo is one of the first. Yahoo was one of the first very popular search engines, and I remember when I got to the internet, that was my search engine back then. Yahoo was the search engine to use before Google arrived and dominated basically search because results were technically better. Another one, Bing. Bing is another great search engine by Microsoft. It also has its own, database of search. Now, some of the databases are often shared. For example, Bing and Yahoo, for a long time, kind of shared their algorithms for search. So not all of them have their own algorithm. Google has its own database, its own algorithm of search, but often Yahoo, Bing, another one is Ask, are kind of aggregating other databases because they don't have their own. Ask is unique in a different way. Ask is and was created for questions. So when Ask appeared, it was in a mode where it was asking you to formulate a question, and then it would give you an answer with different websites that have answers for questions, and it was kind of interesting for that. And finally, the one that I want to talk about that most people don't know about is DuckDuckGo. And the reason I want to talk about this one that is really unknown is because DuckDuckGo is different of all the other search engines in a very simple way. Search engines keep track of all your information, all the data. So basically, anything you search for is kept in their own little database so that they can track you down for ads, for example. Also, what they do with that is that by tracking you and knowing where you are, they can refine search results also and give you better search results. DuckDuckGo doesn't track you. Sorry. DuckDuckGo is the only search engine that does not track you or keep any information about you when you search here. So for some people that are scared of privacy, for some people that just don't want to be tracked, they will use DuckDuckGo for that reason, and it's available on most devices. You can have it on your iPhone, Android, so everywhere. And so DuckDuckGo is kind of specialized in, yeah, we're going to search for you, but I'm not going to track or keep any information about your searches, which for some people has something interesting. Now let's do a little search here. I'll type flower in Google. I'll type flower in Yahoo, flower in Bing, flower in Ask, and finally flower in DuckDuckGo. So here's DuckDuckGo. It gives you, of course, some ads as what type of flowers and places that you might go to, general, and then information more specific like flower in Wikipedia and stuff like that. So you can check out the different results, mix of websites to learn more and of businesses. Ask, if you look at Ask, we have mostly businesses. Then we've got Wikipedia and more other results, not as clearly defined. Bing, first part, flowers, images of flowers, then flower websites where they talk about flowers. Yahoo looks like a big ad thing. It's very, very amazing. There's a lot of businesses stuff, but it gives you flower. It does give you the Wikipedia one also for knowing what is a flower and definitions. And finally, Google. Look at how Google is different, and that's why it's really popular. Most results of businesses of other search engines were very general. FTD flowers, for example, stuff like that. But Google has actually shown me, hey, around you, there are some places that sell flowers, which is really cool because it's actually giving you information that there are some flower shops close to you instead of the general FTD stuff. So it localizes you, it knows where you are, and it knows the businesses around you, it knows the things around you, so it can actually give you better results that might suit your need better. Of course, images of flowers and then the search results for flowers again. So you can see how Google is very strong in pinpointing more accurately your results. So you might ask yourself, okay, then why should I use any other search engines if Google is so good? And that is why Google is probably dominating, is that people find that Google's good, they just don't go to any other search engines. Well, you've noticed how different the results are, and that's why sometimes using a different search engine is interesting. If you're searching for specific items and you find that Google doesn't necessarily, or Google gave you results that are interesting, maybe searching on Yahoo or Bing or Ask or another search engine will help you in really making the results different. So basically, you will be able to have results that give you websites you haven't seen on Google. And that could be interesting. Some websites don't show up easily on Google, but show up better in another search engine. So it's sometimes, for specific things, could be interesting to search other search engines just for the fact that you might find, this little website that not a lot of people know about that Google didn't bring up because Google works a lot by popularity, and another search engine will bring it up for some reason. Of course, DuckDuckGo is different in a way that you might want to use that one for your privacy if you don't want to have tracking, if you don't want nobody to track you or anything. And finally, there's another thing that can be used, and it's a program that often installs on computers, and that is a program that that's called a search aggregator. What's a search aggregator? It's simply a program that you install that typically will let you search through all of these search engines together at the same time. And then it will, of course, parse through all of the results, giving you specific results in a specific order. And that could be interesting because it gives you results from everywhere. Like I said, each search engines often have their own little search results that are different from others. So that is something to check out for search engines. But you know what? I used to really, I had installed in the past a search program that I found was cool, but more and more I just use Google now. But don't put away the other search engines. They are there, they are available. It could be interesting sometimes to search on other search engines than just Google for some results. So, like I said, a search engine is either a program, a search aggregator, or for most of us, a website that we go through, like Google, that searches and identifies items in a database, and that database has all the information about that correspond to keywords, characters, or names, or things that we search for. And look at my next video. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on searching in a search engine that are interesting and will make your search probably more precise, and maybe you'll find what you want faster with our little tips and tricks in our next video. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You'll be informed when new videos are online. Give us thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. And hopefully you will continue following us on this channel. Maybe you have a search engine, or maybe you have a back to basics video about something that you always wanted to know and that you want to ask. Why not? Thank you for watching.